Excuse me? Hey bro, my name is Devon. I'm a local artist and I think you have such a cool look. I would love to draw you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, awesome. What's your name?
Brad.
Alright, so what's your name and what's your biggest dream in life?
My name is Brad Stoll. Biggest dream in life is to be a working actor.
In acting?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. When did you know that you wanted to start acting?
Probably when I was a kid, you know? Like, I think it was my mom pushed me to be in the play and I waited too long, so they made me the prop manager. One day they're like, we don't have anyone to play a gorilla. I was in the back of the room and I was like, I'll do it. And it was actually the first time I ever been on stage in front of a crowd, and I was like the biggest steal of the show. I made everyone laugh.
What was the feeling that you got when you made everybody laugh? Like, how did that change your life? Did you feel like that feeling, like, you know, you always wanted to chase that again?
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird high that, like, I don't think anything can be replicated. And I think that to be able to give that to other people, it's a real gift, you know?
You ever do stand-up?
Yeah, no, I've been doing stand-up for over 8 years. I started in New York. I was taking a acting intensive in the city, and it was the first time ever that somebody told me I wasn't a good actor. It was my acting teacher. My teacher pulled me aside and he's like, well, maybe you should consider getting a day job.
Yeah.
And everyone else, he was like, oh, you should join the program, you should join the program. And I was like, wow, I've been doing this for like almost like 10 years, like, am I not good enough? And then I remember I called a friend because I was like kind of having like this like breakdown of like, what am I even doing with my life?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man, I don't know what to do. And he goes, well, you're pretty funny. You ever think about trying stand-up?
Yeah.
And like as a kid, I loved it, but I never thought there was like a thing you could actually do to get it and like it to become like a job. I remember I wrote him an email telling him that I found comedy and like how like I was so happy to like find something I felt like it worked. He never wrote me back. I honestly give him a lot of props for like saying that to me because it only made me want to work harder towards something else. Wow. And in my first year of comedy, I called one of my best friends and he was also a comic, and I was like, hey, I want to go back to my high school theater and rent it out and headline. He's like, all right, I'll help you co-finance it. I ended up selling about like 300 seats.
Wow.
And for being only a year into comedy at that point, it was pretty good for 45 minutes of being so new.
Yeah.
That was a high I don't know if I've ever felt since, though. I don't know if I've had a moment like that since. And you know, like when you get that high, that first big laugh, like on a stage, whether it's on theater or like in comedy, it's something that you just feel like, oh, I gotta up it. I gotta go bigger. I gotta do something bigger than that.
If you could give advice to your 18-year-old self, what would it be?
I don't know why I got so emotional thinking about that. You're gonna be able to do it.
Is there a common misunderstanding about your profession?
That we have to be funny all the time. Like I feel like I'm sitting here like giving this interview to you and I'm like, I don't really been funny more than like maybe 1 second of this interview. I'm sorry? No.
All right.
Is your name Ronald? Do I look like a Ronald? The cop thought my name was Ronald. He's like, you're a clown, Ronald McDonald?
You lived in LA and then came to New York?
Yeah. Oh, I lived in New York, then moved to LA, and then just moved back to New York.
What's the difference between New York and LA to a comedian or to your life?
The water.
And the pizza.
And the people, and the pizza, and the bagels. The weather is a huge difference, but like they're not the same thing. I hate that they get compared all the time. Like if you're gonna compare cities, I feel like Chicago and New York is like a comparable. Washington DC and New York, like those are like metropolitan cities. LA is suburbia with a little bit of metropolitan.
All right, Brad, thank you so much for sharing your life with me. This is my interpretation of your life. I told you, man, you had such a cool look. Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is beautiful, man.
Thank you, man.
This is crazy.
Good luck on your next comedy show.
Wild,
go to his comedy shows. Please follow him and go to his comedy shows. Wow, we need to get him on that high again.